Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another great episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. Three continents down, three more to go. No cap, straight facts, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. It's definitely not about me. See, this Saturday, July 20th, we have a special event and one that is bringing the excitement courtesy of TNA. And I'm actually talking about Slammiversary. That's what we that's what we have this Saturday, July 20th. Seven action-packed matches. Man, it's gonna be a vibe. And with that being said, we're actually gonna give our predictions for the card for all seven of those great matches. And joining us, for those of you that have been watching us before, is a familiar face, a woman who's actually been on our other show, 15 Minutes of Fandom, a woman who has actually been on a previous prediction show, and she's back again. We had to have her back because we know she's a huge TNA fan. Everybody, welcome to the show once again. Hailing from Massachusetts, Courtney Sawicki, how you doing tonight?
I'm fantastic.
Great to hear. That's great to hear. So, TNA, man. So I gotta ask you, man. You've been a fan of TNA for a while now. You're a huge Nick Nemeth fan. I know you were jumping for joy when you found out that he's actually going to be cleared to, participate in the main event, which is the six-way elimination match, which we're gonna get to real soon. Um, But what do you? I gotta ask you, what are your thoughts on the way things have turned out for TNA this year? I mean, they've gone on to they started the year with a banger of a show, a banger of a pay per view or PLE, if they're calling it that, and
Yeah.
some changes in creative with Scott D'Amore being terminated, and now and just when you thought, well, man, TNA's messed up, TNA's done, they got rid of Scott D'Amore, the one guy that was making things great. They up and hired Tommy Dreamer, and then on top of that, they actually have a partnership with NXT now, WB NXT,
Yep.
thing that you would have never thought would have happened in a million years. It's finally happened. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, it's honestly been kind of great, in my opinion. Like a lot of people really were skeptical. Like the group that I normally interact with, they they were very skeptical about it. But it's been great.
Yeah, honestly, if you ask me, I've always wanted TNA to do better, and I'm glad they're finally doing better. They're finally getting this opportunity to have more exposure. And I've always believed TNA was great. I've always believed TNA was great. They've had some harsh times. Lord knows they've had some harsh times, especially with Hulk Hogan and his cruise ship tour, which no offense to Hulk Hogan, no slight to Hulk Hogan, but he just shouldn't have been there. The man is like, he was 56 at the time, did not need to be on that show. But those were some dark times. But I'm glad to see they're on the up and up now, and now we have several great matches to look forward to.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the card. We have Slammiversary, July 20th in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Mhm.
Heard it's a,
Mhm.
heard it's a nice little town to check out. Um, Home of, I think, Kevin Owens and maybe even Sami Zayn. But
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, Canada's gonna get some excitement in their town. I'm all for it. And what do you think about this whole card overall? What do you think about it?
I like it, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, we have so many great matches here, each with a pretty decent build up, and there's no random match here, well,
No.
except say for one. But honestly, there's no random match here, and um, each match has a story behind it, and that's very enjoyable. I'm going to go into it right now. We're going to go ahead and get into the card right now. For those of y'all that are listening or watching from home or wherever you're comfortable at, Feel free to chime in on who you think is going to win, who you think is going to lose, what may happen, what alliances may form, what alliances may, break up, all that good stuff. Feel free to leave it in the comments section. We always encourage fan interaction here at Ringside Society. So with that being said, TNA Slammiversary, man, it's definitely going to be a vibe. So the first match we're going to get into is the singles match, the TNA X Division Championship. It's going to be the defending champion Mustafa Ali, accompanied with his campaign manager, Campaign Singh, going up against Mike Bailey, who will be accompanied by his good friend Trent Seven. Who you got for this one, Courtney?
Oh, I've been a fan of Mustafa Ali as well. God. It's really hard because I like them both.
Mm. I mean, yeah, they're both great.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Remember, it's not who you want; it's who you think may win.
Who I
The
think
W.
it's gonna. Um. Well, I kind of hope it's Speedball.
Okay. And all honesty, I think Speedball is going to win here too. But man, that guy was just on a one-man wrecking crew tonight. I don't know if you saw it, but he took out the whole security team, took
Yep.
out Peyton Singh, and then Mustafa got the drop on him. But I was like, man, like that guy was like he was on a mission. If I was Mustafa, I would definitely be very worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a match with a lot of energy behind it. And I know, Mustafa's gonna have his little tricks, but campaign thing's probably gonna get involved, but we have Trent Seven right there. So unless Mustafa has another member aside from his Secret Service team, which didn't prove useful at all, unless he has another stronger member, we might see a new champion, Mike Bailey. So I'm gonna go with Mike. So the next match we have is a tag team match for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Um, and it's going to be the defending champions, the Militia. Oh wow, okay, I like how they did that. The Militia. You
Yep.
know, I've been trying to get into TNA religiously more and more. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there, but I didn't even know they had a tag. A tag that was an official tag team name. But yeah, the Militia, which is the team of Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich, who are the defending champions, defending against Spitfire, which is the team of Danny Luna and Jody Threat. Oh man, I gotta say, I'm so happy for Jody Threat because she's been doing this. She was doing this for 17 years, and she finally signed. And I know she was featured on TNA on AEW Dark at one point, but I'm glad that she got this all those years of work paid off, and now she's getting this chance. You want to know a funny story?
Sure.
So, about the Knockouts Tag Team Championship. So, um, I remember when they first came out. This was like years ago, like probably 2010, 2009, whenever they came out. And I remembered Velvet Sky said, and I just gotta chill, man. I let people. She said, "This is something that Vince McMahon." She was talking about the tag team championships, and she was saying something like she's saying something along the lines of, This is something that Vince McMahon has never even done before." So my mouth dropped open, and I'm like, "Are you serious, Velvet? No, don't do that, Velvet. You've been in the game long enough, and you've been in WWE before. You were signed. I think she was signed to WWE at one point. I'm like, come on, Velvet. You should know better than that, man." And what I was getting at was that Vince had tag team championships back in. I actually had one of those women on my show that was the inaugural tag team champion, Princess Victoria. So this was like probably 2009, 2010 to this. Now, 2019, 5 years ago, I'm in Las Vegas. I'm at a wrestling convention, and I don't know what persuaded me. I guess maybe I was drinking, or maybe I wasn't drinking. Maybe I was just feeling a bit stupid that day. I Velvet, and I'm like, Velvet, hey, how you doing? Great to finally meet you. Quick question, please tell me you did not say that Vince McMahon. No, what was? Oh, you said Vince McMahon never had tag team title before. Please tell me you were joking, or you didn't mean that. She's like, yeah, but she meant for like this modern day, like in this modern age. That they have it, but he doesn't. So I'm like, oh, that was my story. But I was like, yeah, next time I'm just gonna leave it alone, man. I'm just gonna let them, because I was like, or maybe it's because I'm in my own feelings, because I don't like when people say there's never been tag team champions in WWE before, when they were back in the '80s. Just that women got the short end of the stick most of the time when it came to being able to showcase their talents in the wrestling ring. So yeah, but I'm rambling. Um, so tag team match, who you got for this one?
Well, actually, I have something else to add because, believe it or not, Alicia Edwards and Eddie Edwards actually live like probably 20 minutes away from where I live.
Oh wow, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but
I
for
don't.
this match, I want to say that Spitfire is going to win it.
Okay. Hmm. Spitfire or the militia? Ah man. You know what? I'm gonna go with Spitfire. Spitfire is determined, and they're determined to get the championships back. I'm going with Spitfire for this one. Although it's going to be a heck of a fight. If I know, I know Masha Sam. I've seen Masha Slamovich in action, and I've seen Alicia in action. Alicia in action. Um, I know Alicia's like she's been in this for a hot minute too as well. She's no slouch. But I'm gonna have to give it to Spitfire. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna take. So the next match we have is a singles match for the TNA Digital Media Championship, and the Canadian International Heavyweight Championship. Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. We have the defending champion of the we have the defending champion, Jim Francis, who's defending both championships, and he's going to be accompanied with Rich Swan going up against PCO.
Yeah.
Oh boy, who you got for
Yeah.
this one? Who are you going with?
I mean, I like AJ Francis, but I'm gonna go with PCO on this one.
Uh this is going to be a knockdown drag out fight though. You got two big guys, but
Yeah.
I gotta admit I'm very impressed by PCO. It's just crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna call the man's age. I don't like calling nobody's age out. Yeah, woman, but the man is, he's the age. If you know, you know. But it's
Yep.
like I remember this man when I was 12 years old back in 1995. He was Jean Pierre Lafitte. He was the pirate, and he had the little gimmick. We had the eyebrow, and even before then, I remember when he was part of the Quebecers, and he was Pierre. And then he went over to WCW, became the Amazing French Canadians, and we saw him for like roughly a year. And then afterwards, they just disappeared, and you never heard from him again. And now, lo and behold, I see him on TV. He's just a whole different person now. Apparently, he can't die, and he's impervious to pain, and he's doing all this at the age he is. And he held the Ring of Honor World Championship. So if
Mhm.
Joe if there was a definition of revival, career revival, in order in professional wrestling, this guy's face would be the one of the first examples you see. Because you would think at his age, you would be done with wrestling. No, this guy is still going.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. But I think,
Yep.
go ahead. I think PCO is going to win. But it's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot behind us, a lot of like power moves and everything. These are two
Yeah.
big guys going at it, but I think PCO is gonna win eventually. Um, and speaking of which, I'm not just a random fact. For those of you that are in New York, Brooklyn, New York, PCO will actually be in Brooklyn. I think it's on August 24th. Saturday, August 24th, facing Muscle Man Malcolm, YouTuber turned pro wrestler Muscle Man Malcolm. So that's going to be an interesting one as well. Uh, if I give it, it's Muscle Man, Malcolm. You're a great guy, but I wish you all the best, man. You're gonna need it against this guy.
No.
But yeah, I don't know if you know who he is. He's like a popular YouTuber. He interviews like Jacob Fatu and all these other people. He seems like a really cool guy. I never met him in person, but yeah, he's going to be a wrestler now. So I wish him all the best. Hey, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get signed by WWE. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
So the next match we have is a tag team match for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. It's going to be the defending champions, the System, which is the team of Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, Austin's favorite son, one of his favorite sons. You got John Cena as well too, going up against ABC, which is the team of Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Courtney, who you got for this one?
I want ABC.
ABC. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they're an interesting duo. Two great talented men. Uh, Ace Austin, Chris Bay. I've been following them for 5 years now. When I first saw Ace Austin, I was hella impressed. When I first saw Chris Bay, I was hella impressed too. So yeah, this is. I'm gonna go with ABC. I think they're gonna pull it off. They're gonna find it.
Yeah.
All right. So the next match we have is going to be a singles match for the TNA Knockouts Championship. It's going to be the defending champion, Jordan Grace. Look at me calling the woman Gordon. Sorry, Jordan, my bad. Don't kill me. Jordan Grace, Big Mama Pump, or it's Little Mama Pump. I don't know which one she's calling herself. Defending against Ash by Elegance with the personal concierge. Who you got for this one?
Oh my god. God. I honestly want to see Ash.
Ah, okay. Mm.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, I know Asher Elegance. She's doing great with the whole, the former Dana Brooke is doing really great with this reinvention. I like it. Um, but I honestly think Jordan Grace is gonna win this. I could definitely see her hitting that pump handle suplex on her or pump handle slam on her and getting it.
Hmm.
I think she's gonna get it.
Yeah. I mean, Ash is actually a champion. What she's the WSW Women's Champion.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing her with 2 belts.
that'd be nice. So that's that match. But I got a feeling that not Courtney, let me go on Courtney Rush. Rosemary is gonna get involved because I don't know if you saw that little thing where she was being all weird behind the personal concierge.
Yep, I saw that.
I got a feeling there's gonna be some mind games that's gonna lead to her losing. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
So the next match we have is a fatal 4-way match. four talented women. We have the very energetic Zaya Brookside. I could only imagine. I could imagine. I would never want to work out with her because she would kill me because she would have so much energy.
Yep.
Yeah, she would kill me. Like say, like, come on, come on, 500 more jumping jacks. Like, oh, I just did 200 already. I can't do it no more. So she's gonna be going up against Giselle Shaw versus Tasha Steeles versus special entrant for all my fans of, I think it's AAA or CML. I know you know this name. Fabi Apache is also going to be part of this as well too. She wrestles for yeah, she wrestles for a AAA. She's going to be in that match. Uh,
Nice.
who you got for this one, Courtney?
As much as I want it to be Zaya Brookside, it'll probably be Giselle Shaw.
Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, I got a feeling Giselle's going to pull it off.
Yeah.
I got a feeling. I can't think of anybody else. I think Giselle's going to pull it off. But this is gonna be very entertaining. This might be the show stealer.
Yeah.
Either this one or one of Mustafa Ali or Mike Bailey. That might be the show stealer.
Yeah.
Now the last match we have is going to be the main event, the six-way elimination match for the TNA World Championship. The defending champion Moose versus the walking weapon Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin versus Nick Nemeth, your favorite wrestler, versus Frankie Kazarian versus the man everybody believes in, Joe Hendry. He's been to London and Paris and Mexico. Why is now he got me singing now? Oh jeez, can't get that song out of my head now. Could you imagine going to a gym and you see a bodybuilder and you actually see a guy working out to Joe Hendry's music?
I could.
Doing reps like, yeah, we believe. Yeah. And the thing is, he's so big you can't even laugh at him because nobody wants to laugh at somebody that looks like they could kick their ass. So you gotta leave him alone.
Yeah.
Who you got for this match?
Oh god, this one's difficult because again I have favorites in it. I'm a huge fan of Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth, and then Josh Alexander as well. I want to see Joe Hendry win it, honestly. Nick he'll win it eventually.
Okay, so you go with Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Joe Hendry too as well. I just honestly that pop that he got tonight was so good. And you know what's something crazy about Joe Hendry? From the time I saw him actually come out for that contract signing tonight, and the crowd was going wild for him, I'm like, this guy is over. And from the time I first saw Joe Hendry back in I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, when I first saw him, I was like, this guy is hella over. Like even the song, I was singing along to the song. I'm like, yeah. I remember when he was actually in a storyline with another Scottish wrestler called Grado. This was when Drew McIntyre was actually over there too. And I was like, this guy is hella over. There's no stopping Joe Hendry. He is that good at what he's doing. And I'm gonna have to say this. I'm picking Joe Hendry to be the guy. Joe Hendry is to be that guy that actually gets the W. He's really over. And when you have such a great, I mean, you're doing something right when you got people in NXT. Like, and popping for you when you make an appearance over there. Saying say his name and he'll appear. So Which is funny because I had a guest before, Oscar Weiss. He was like he wanted to face Joe Hendry as one of his future opponents, and I'm like, hey, that just might be very possible. Just say his name and he'll appear, and But I'm gonna go with Joe Hendry for this.
Yeah.
So that's our whole card. Before do you have any final like any general predictions as to what may happen with the show? Like who may return, who may or matter of fact, let's do it this way. Jordan Grace said that there's going to be a special announcement that's going to be the announcement of all announcements. That's what she said. They're going to be doing it at Slammiversary. What do you think that announcement is going to be?
Um,
I'm asking you. I don't know what it is, but I'm.
I
What
wish
do
I
you
knew.
announce? I think it's going to be something that's going to strengthen the partnership with NXT and TNA even more. I think it's going to be something along those lines,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to hearing that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, that was our card. That was our prediction show. Courtney, I just gotta say, thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to be on our show. I really truly wish Kathy and Rob could have been here. You met Rob already. Hopefully one day you get to meet Kathy, and
Yeah.
she's a really cool person as well. But yeah, thank you very much for taking the time out. We always appreciate having our past guests back on to shoot the breeze about the wrestling cards or even like our topics shows that we're going to be having soon. By the way, for those of y'all watching, stay tuned. We actually have one that we intend to have called the 10 most unpopular opinions in pro wrestling. Y'all, for those of y'all watching and listening, stay tuned for that. It's going to happen, and feel free to give your own unpopular opinions as well too in pro wrestling. But before we shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, all things Nick Nemeth and TNA and all that stuff?
Uh, well, I'm only on two. I am on Instagram. It's Courtney Sawicki _, and on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. It's just Courtney Sawicki.
Awesome. Y'all make sure y'all follow this woman. She's very incredible. She's very awesome. If you're a huge Nick Nemeth fan, you should definitely follow her. Or even if you're a wrestling fan, just follow her, man. Like I say, it's always great to, find somebody that has the same interest in you, so y'all could, share your experiences and talk about what happened on the latest episode of wrestling and so on. So, it's all love out here, man. No tribalism, no beef, no nothing. But uh, that being said, it's about that time. My eyelids are getting heavy. My stomach is rumbling. That means, well, not really rumbling. I just had dinner, but my eyelids are getting heavy. That means it's time for a nap. Maybe later I'll have a nap. But before I partake in that activity, if you want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool stuff, but I do go to a couple of cool places. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. On Facebook, that's Remy Blue, and I'm also on TikTok. Yes, I finally gave in and I started a TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at the Remy Blue as well. Feel free to follow me on there too. And our podcast is on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook, the Facebook group. We're also on Spotify, and we're also on YouTube. We're also on Teespring, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We're actually revamping our store, renovating our store. And last but not least, we're on YouTube as well. And on YouTube, you can see all our cool episodes like this one, like the one we had with Austin Vice, the one we had with with the owner of Recombination Wrestling, and so many more great men and women in professional wrestling. All you have to do is go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really good-looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sound, the blue things around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in '98. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody for tuning live tonight. Thank you very much. Really, truly appreciate it. We strive to be one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to, and we're not going to stop being that. To those of you that are going to listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at a Golden Corral and Courtney Sawicki at a Nick Nemeth meet and greet, we're not going anywhere for a while. So with that being said, we just want everybody to know that we're very well and aware. Myself, Kathy Knight, Rob Bass, Chris Cartwright, and Albert Armageddon, the Ringside Society crew, we're very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and the parents of a podcast. It's no secret to us. But guess what? We're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag we are not the same. So with that being said, I'm gonna say it one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for our special guest tonight, Courtney Sawicki, and one. And by the way, Courtney, thank you for the support. We see you liking a lot of our stuff. Thank you very much. We really, truly appreciate it. We're always grateful for the support. And also one time for TNA Slammiversary and their very awesome card, which is gonna knock it out the park for the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we'll be back next week with another impressive guest or another impressive episode. But until then, we just have four favorites for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. So enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.